Hi everyone, now we're having chapter 1, lesson 2. So, let's start with the reading of this lesson, A Letter of Kittens. In page 10, let's read it together. Have you ever seen a litter of newborn kittens? A litter usually has between 2 and 5 kittens. All of the kittens in the litter have the same parents. The kittens look similar to their parents, but not identical. They look alike, but they're not identical. The kittens also look similar to each other, but not exactly the same. Why is this? All types of living plants and animals can make more of their kind. When new living things are made, they are called offspring. Offspring look similar to their parents because parents pass inherited traits to their offspring. Traits are characteristics that make an organism look and behave the way it does. In kittens, fur color is a trait. Some kittens might inherit the same fur color as their mother. Other kittens might inherit the same fur color as their father. Kittens in a litter have the same parents. Each kitten receives some traits from its mother and some traits from its father. The parents pass inherited traits to each kitten. So, each kitten receives a different combination of traits. This is why the kittens in a litter do not look exactly the same. Kittens don't receive all the inherited traits from their parents. The kittens can develop some traits as they grow and live in their surrounding. For example, a kitten's clothes can be removed. Not having clothes becomes one of the kitten's traits. However, this trait is not inherited. They didn't take it from their parents. When the kitten grows and has its own offspring, they will still be born with claws. Okay? This was the reading of the lesson. Let's try to explain it. So, we talked about the origin in the last lesson. Now, our abilities can change. Our abilities, the things that we can do, they change over the time. Okay? But the characteristics, the things that make you look the way you look right now, it cannot be changed. Like your height. You can't change your height. If you're tall, you'll be tall. If you're short, you'll be short. You can't change that. Even hair color and the type of your hair. Your hair color is black, so it will always be black. You can't change that naturally. You may dye it, but nature it's the original thing. It's black, it's brown, it's blonde. Okay. Even the type, if it's straight, wavy, or kinky, you can't change that either. Okay. The nose shape, if you have big nose, small one, the different shapes of nose, as we can see here, cannot be changed. It's something that, it's how you look. Okay, the eye color and the shape. My color is black. Maybe my friend has brown colored eye. The other one has green ones. So everyone has his or her own color. It doesn't change by time. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and have a green eyes. Okay? So all these things, the characteristics that cannot be changed. Okay? So now we talked about how the things that we have, how we look, okay? Or the abilities that we do. All these things, I call it traits. We call it traits. So what's meant by traits? Traits are the characteristics that makes the organism look and behave the same way it does. Again, one more time, what's meant by traits? They are the things that make the organism or the person look and behave the same way you do. How you look, you have a black hair, you have small nose and brown eyes. You're tall, okay? You have light skin. All these things that make you look like you do. So these are your traits. How you behave, like talking with your hands, getting angry really fast, like to eat fish, don't like to eat chicken. All these things, or how you behave, these things also called traits. Okay? But traits have two types. Okay? The inherited traits and non-inherited traits. The inherited traits we take from our parents and grandparents. Okay? What's meant by inherited traits? We will know in 1 minute. Okay? Now let's see these pictures. Here we have examples of different traits. Okay? Now we're going to see which one inherited and which one is non-inherited. We said before that the inherited traits are the things that we take from our parents and grandparents. For the first one here, color of the hair. We have different hair colors. These things, we take it from our parents. This trait, we take it from our parents or grandparents. The next one is height, being tall or short. This one, you take it from your parents or grandparents, so it's inherited. Collecting coins. Some of us may like to collect some coins, okay? But your parents don't like it. Or your parents like to collect coins and you don't. So this one is non-inherited. You don't take it from one of your family. The last one is good with computer. Most of us are good with computer, but our grandparents are not good. Okay? Why? Because it's non-inherited trait. We don't take this from family. Okay? Still, you don't know what's the difference between inherited and non-inherited? Let's move to the slide after the next one. We have a comparison. We have two parts, inherited traits and non-inherited traits. Okay? The inherited traits are the traits that you take from your parents and grandparents or any one of your family. Okay? So the inherited traits are the things that you take from your family. As we said, the shape of the nose, as you can see here, the different eye colors, the height. Okay? The non-inherited traits are the traits that we take from the nature around us, from the environment around us, like being able to cook. Okay? You're a good cook. You can do a lot of food. This is non-inherited trait. Your mother has very, very, very good food. She can make food very well, but you can't. So it's non-inherited trait. Okay? Food allergy. You might have allergy of something like peanuts, like shrimp, like anything, but your parents don't have it. So it's non-inherited trait. Being good with computer. It's non-inherited trait. You don't take that from the family. You take it from the environment. Okay? This is the difference between inherited traits and non-inherited traits. Okay? The previous slide, we have what's meant by two words, offspring and inheritance. Okay? What's meant by offspring? As you can see here, you will find a picture of mom and daughter. This daughter is the offspring. This daughter is the kid. The offspring, it's a newly produced people. Okay? The one that got produced, the newborn, okay? The new generation, we call them offspring. Okay? We call this word for animals, people, and plants. The next one is inheritance. Inheritance is the noun of the inherited. Okay? What's meant by inheritance? Inheritance, it's passing down the characteristics. It's passing down the information from the parents to the offspring. Okay? So these are the two definitions we have now. This is the lesson. Thank you for listening and goodbye.